Hello there, and welcome to the Counselor's Kitchen, where the food is therapy and the kitchen table is safety. We want to have a conversation today, so we've got just the spot for you right here at the kitchen table, where we talk about life and everything it has to offer. So pull up a seat and join the conversation right here at the Counselor's Kitchen table. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever time you're listening. It's your boy Davion here with another episode of the Counselor's Kitchen Table podcast. I'm so elated to have my sister in Christ, my friend Irene Washington. How are you doing today? We're so glad to have you. So glad to have you.
Hey, Mr. Davian, I'm doing very good, and I'm so happy to be here as well. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Now, y'all don't know this is DJ Reen over here. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about it. On our social media platform, she is CBiz TV Media. So go check it out. We're gonna do a little lighthearted episode. This is the season finale, so I wanted to give you guys in on a positive note, in on an encouraging note, something lighthearted, something fun. So I'm excited to have a little fun with my sis. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about a few different things and just playing a few games and just kind of getting you guys to be able to engage with you all's significant others, your families, and that sort of thing. Because that's what this show is really all about. It's all about how we engage one with another as well as how we develop ourselves. So, I know we're going to talk a little bit more about your specifics, so I'm not going to ask you about your specifics right now, but we can start with our word of the day. And our word of the day is together. And the definition says there's a few definitions, but the first definition says into or in one gathering, company, mass, place, or body. Second definition says into or in union, proximity, contact, or collision as two or more things. Third definition says into or in relationship, association, business, or agreement as two or more persons. And the fourth definition says into or in condition of unity, compactness, or coherence. So that word together, those definitions, anything that sticks out to you, Miss Irene?
I like the being in agreement part because
Yeah,
I think that's important that we come together in agreement because if we're on two different pages, then it might not be so good. But even if we are, let's just talk about it and try to come to a resolution or try to come to a compromise. But I like the agreement part.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's a really good place to start, especially when you talk about coming together. Even the Bible talks about how can two people come together unless they agree. That doesn't mean that you agree on every little detail.
Right.
The fact that you agree on something, the concept, the reason, the why, whatever that is.
Yeah. At
That's a
least we agree. Yeah, at least we agree that at least we need to come together because sometimes you have to come together to, resolve issues. So at least we agree, okay, we want to both be here. We both want to be together in this, whatever we're doing.
That's good. I like that. Another thing too is with togetherness. I like the definition that talks about condition of unity, compactness, or coherence. Uh, that talks about the movement, right? Um, because oftentimes when we come together, we don't think about it as a movement. We think about it as we're existing in the same space at the same time and we're just
Mhm.
gathering together and here we are. And a lot of times when we come together or when we think about coming together or having a get together, it's with a more relaxed or a restful tone, right? We just come together to let our hair down. But no, this fourth definition talks about excuse me, the condition of unity, compactness, and coherence, meaning there's a movement that takes place in our togetherness. And it has to be unified, meaning we have to be on the same page. We have to be in agreement, like you said before. Compactness, meaning we have to bring it in, right? Because oftentimes we can come together, but then our thoughts or our ideas or whatever will roam so far the confines of what we come together for, and then
Mm.
now we got confusion, right? You get together,
Yeah.
getting together for the same reason, but then everybody's moving in different directions. No, we got to bring
Mhm.
compactness, and then coherence, meaning that our thought process has to be in the same direction. That doesn't mean we have to be thinking the same thoughts, but it just has to be moving in the same direction. So I like that fourth definition. It really packs in how we move together, not just come together, but we move together. So that's what kind of I take away. Anything thinking about on
I
that?
just, I'm just impressed how the way you breaking this down. Compactness. I was like, compactness. What is that? And then you just broke it all down. For those
Yeah.
of you who didn't know what compactness is, now we know.
Yes, yes. And that's the thing too. That's what one of the reasons why I like bringing forth these words of the day, because a lot of times most of the words, they're words we hear every day, but we don't put enough thought, and that's kind of the reasoning why I bring forth the word of the day. We don't put enough thoughtfulness into what we're saying or what we're trying to say or the objective of what we're saying. And so oftentimes we use words, and we use words frivolously, and we just say words because we know them, and with
Yeah.
no thought process as to what impact those words have on our meaning, on our tone, on whatever, So I institute these words of the day so that people can kind of realize there's more to these words than meet the eye, and I should be careful with the words that I choose. So just
Amen.
you never knew that why we have a word of the day. So
You preaching, D. You preaching.
oh, always, that's me. Ministry is who I am. It's not what I do. I just love being a blessing to people. So, Miss Irene, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started in DJ/media, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Irene, and my family has been working with like community media, like there's like TV, local TV stations, and public access that my mom started in, and then she started at a local radio station. So I've kind of followed her into that field
Mm, okay.
and got into DJing at a radio station, a gospel radio station, and I
Awesome.
did that for about 15 years. And I'm still in the radio field. We have our own family station now.
Okay.
And so we're kind of trying to grow that and do our own thing. It's still in the ministry in its community as well. We welcome everybody to come on the platform. But I've always been like a huge music fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a gospel DJ, but I love all types of music.
Yes.
And so I have a big heart for music. So I took like, because they did call me Irene the Drop Queen. They had different names for me
Nope.
at the radio station I was working at.
That's
So I
all.
said, let me do something now, DJ Reen, and put it kind of on my social media and do something new, put a new spin on that. So that's what I'm doing on the platform. But I've just been a lover of music, a lover of God. I thank God that my mom and my family just were brought up in the church.
Yes.
God has just been, the center of our lives. We've had our ups and downs. I haven't been a perfect person, definitely not. But God always brings me back to that center. And that's been what I've always just gone back to, my light, my beacon, my faith. And, it's got me through. It's got me through and my family through, this pandemic, so many other things going on in this world and just personal life issues. So that's kind of my story. I am a cancer survivor as well.
Awesome. Awesome.
Found out that I had cancer when I was 34.
Mm-hmm.
And, it changed my life in a drastic way, but it really also again brought me back to that beacon and back to that light again. Like, and the light just shined even brighter, and I was more grateful and just saw the world in a new and brighter light. So in a way, that curse, as far as my mindset and my spirit was
Yeah.
lifted higher, it became a blessing to be able to get through on the other side and say, I'm a survivor.
That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And My next question is: in what ways do you locally serve your community? Now, I don't think you specifically have disclosed what community do you serve, and in what ways do you serve that community?
I say I serve the community of faith, faith-based people that have the Christian belief, but I also want to be open to everyone. I want it to be a space for anyone to just feel comfortable with what they see, what they enjoy. I talk about a lot of things about in our radio station as well as my podcast and everything. We talk about things that are trending. We talk about news. We talk about things everybody can relate to. And then we throw our faith in there too, because we want people to go back to, okay, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on.
But God,
But faith will get us through this.
yeah.
And or some or just some fun lighthearted things that are going on, entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
so we kind of try to serve the community as a whole, but also to be inspirational and uplift through the radio station, through the podcast, and for businesses as well. Like we try to help push local businesses and all of that type of stuff. Church ministry, any positive messages out there, talent, whatever you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
our doors are open for you to share with us.
Yes,
Platforms.
that's beautiful. That's amazing. And I think that's like I say, I've enjoyed your platform completely. And one of the things that I can honestly say is it's always positive. I don't care what entertainment news is being brought, what's being spoken on, whatever. It's always going to have some positivity and those positive notes into it. So it's very much appreciated. And and especially in the world we live in today with all the news and media out there, everything's so weighty and negative and heavy, and you watch the news and you feel worse and worse and worse about
Right.
life than before you even knew what was going on in the world. So I definitely would recommend everybody to go ahead and subscribe, and of course all her links are going to be linked into the description of the video or the audio podcast. So make sure you guys go and check out what she's doing over there, because it's always on a positive note, and that's what I do appreciate. And so my last question is: how important is togetherness in every sense of the word? All right, because we looked at the word in definition, but how important is that word togetherness as far as community is concerned?
Like you were saying, like in community, the word is unity in there as well. Like
Mm,
coming together and being on that same page, and I don't know if we always realize the level of, a lot of us we try to go out on our own and branch out, and that's awesome. Do your thing, but you can't do it alone. We have
yeah,
to have people on our side. We have to have people helping to boost us up, and people that they have different specialties. They know how to do this that I don't know how to do. So it's
yeah,
really important to have that togetherness because everybody plays their part, everybody plays their role. And if it's somebody missing, then something's missing in the whole combination of what you're trying to do. So togetherness is
true.
important on so many levels. And from family to business to, I think a lot of things do start in the home though, and that's where we really need to start
Yeah.
baseline, because once the young person goes out into the world, they're going to project whatever that was. So if you have that togetherness starting in the home, then you'll know how to take that wherever you go, whether it be the church, whether it be your job,
Hmm.
um, neighborhood. So I think togetherness definitely, it starts at home, and it just works in so many facets. Again, in community and business, at home, at church, we need that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I
I
think
100.
something's going on with my phone. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good? You need to take a second.
Okay, I fixed it. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no problem. Okay.
I note that time down, 1915.
Yeah, you good. You all right. Like I say, I go back and I intensely listen for everything, so I try to catch it all. But I'm glad that you talked about the in-home space. That is 100% what it is that we're actually going to engage in on today. And so, Wise Crew, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to be talking about the importance of what we do and what we're doing when we come together as a family or as in a relationship setting or whatever that setting is, those things that we can do as we come together, to kind of bring people not only together but bring movement, as we talked about a little bit earlier. That's really the nature of the entire brand, is coming together, getting to the kitchen table, because the kitchen table is designed to be a safe place for the family. And so that's something that we have gotten away from. And we're going to display what coming together and sitting at the kitchen table and establishing some good lighthearted conversation that just helps. It's good to be able to laugh. It's good to be able to have a safe place in your home.
Yeah.
And for me growing up, now I didn't stay that way, but at least for the first couple of years of growing up, we sat at the table as a family. We turned the TV off. We talked about different things and things like that, and it was effective. But of course, you can always grow and learn and things as you grow and learn. And so it was effective. But then as we grew up, and as you grow up, there's some age gaps between uh, all of us, and so we like different things. It may be a hard to appease everyone at the table, but just finding new ways to stay creative and keep the kitchen table a safe place. It's one of the most abandoned places, I believe, home, within the confines of a family, or even, like I say, a new relationship or marriage. People just don't come to the kitchen table anymore, and I think that speaks a lot about what has changed in our nation, in our culture, in our country, and in the entire world, really.
Yes.
Yeah. Any thoughts there?
You're so right, because we don't sit together at the table anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Even
I don't want to just blame fast food, but I think kind of fast food started it, where get your food on the go. Oh, I come home, I already ate. That's okay. You can put my food up or whatever. But
right.
like, definitely, it's kind of like that's gone, and I think we need that time to just one
Mm,
on one with the family or with your loved one, and just sit there and talk. And it doesn't hurt to have a good meal sitting in front of you. Like, that's the time where
yeah.
you can just really just talk, digest
Mhm.
physically and emotionally, and just put it out there. I mean, we
Food.
take that time. I
Absolutely.
love food, so let's do it.
Yeah. And so, and like I said, even at get-togethers nowadays, if you really just think about it, at get-togethers, Christmases, Thanksgivings, holidays, any reason that you and your family may come together, 9 times out of 10, the older generation might be sitting at the table, but other than
Mhm.
that, nobody, like younger, 40 and younger, everybody's just kind of spread out and scattered and all that kind of thing,
Yeah.
and just doing their own thing, even during that sacred meal time. And so,
Yes.
it's played at the beginning of every episode. The council's kitchen is the place where food is therapy, and the kitchen table is safety. And so, I want to promote that kitchen table being a safe place for your home. Uh,
Yes. And food
all
is like a bonding tool as well. When you eat together, it's just kind of bond you together. And also, you get that prayer in as well. You know how you have your prayer before every meal, you should. Like,
yes,
we don't get that prayer in. Like, we just trying to hurry up and eat,
yeah,
and like,
in
that's
order.
not what it was meant to be.
Yes, very, very true. All right, guys. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to play a game. This first game is called This or That. And basically the objective is, and we're challenging you all to institute these games, these little things, these exercises, if you can. Try it. Everybody come together on a Monday or a Tuesday, even if, and we're going to talk about takeaways, so I'll leave that for the takeaway. But even if you can get to once a week, I'll give some more details about that in the takeaway. But try this game out. So the objective of the game is that the presenter, and I'm going to start, will give two options, this or that. So it's not would you rather, so to speak. It's literally, you have two options, this or that. And then the person gives their answer, and they also have to say why. Uh, so If you have an opinion, you can also give your opinion in there too, but allow that person that space to say what they would choose and why. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go first. And it's a bonding exercise, it's a building exercise, a communication exercise, a way to get to know your significant others, your children, because oftentimes, because we spend so little quality time together, we spend a lot of time together, but not quality time. We really
Mm,
have a chance to get to know the people in our own homes. And I've seen that first and second hand coaching so many people throughout the pandemic, even with the podcast and getting emails and things of that nature about people saying, I really did not know my children. I really did not know my spouse. You don't spend a lot of quality time. So I'll be the first one. I'll give the first this or that. And so you're a music lover. So R&B or jazz, and why?
oh, that's a hard one. I love
It's
love
good.
songs. I love R&B, but jazz just makes me relax, calms me down. So I had to go with jazz. I had to go with jazz.
Okay. So you say jazz because
It's relaxing. It calms you down. Chill out if you need that jazz. Now I
okay.
gotta come up with one, and I'm not ready.
No, that's fine. I'll do about two or three more. And you let me know ready. Okay. All right. So Denzel Washington, and we're talking about in the confines of movies, or Will Smith.
I love you, Will. I can't abandon anybody. I love you, Will, but yeah, I gotta go with Denzel.
Okay, and why?
He just has a lot of depth to me, and I don't know. He's just such a unique individual. There's not too many Denzels out there. There's not too
Oh
many
yeah.
Wills, but he just got so much depth and uniqueness, and it seems like wisdom beyond his years, even when he was younger. So I'll go with that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let me think of another one.
Man,
Okay.
I just come
Uh,
from. I feel bad because I can't
no,
think of one yet.
you
Oh,
good.
can I do one?
Yeah. If you got it, yeah.
Okay. Social media or TV and why?
Um. So I am new age. I'm young. I'm gonna go with social media. And the reason why is because for entertainment value, number one, TV is really just kind of going down. They're struggling to make shows. They recycling stuff at this point. But social media, because real life has become entertainment. Like, it's unfortunate, but it's true. People want to know what's really going on. They're not so concerned with fiction anymore. They want to see real time stuff. And for me, it's not so much about that, but I know that I can get more information, even in truth or just in diversity of information, thoughts, opinions on social media than I can on TV. Oftentimes, TV has a fixed or an asphyxiated perspective, and they're pushing that perspective, or whatever, whoever the writer is, the producer, the company, the director. It's always somebody's perspective, somebody's agenda. Social media, you got a plethora of people saying different things about the same thing, and you can kind of pick and choose where you want to go from there. So I say social media. You have an alternative opinion?
I agree with you, but I grew up on TV, so I still got a love for TV, and I see how TV it is trying to be more like social media. They're
Mhm.
now streaming everything. Now they got these streaming channels,
Right.
so I see how TV is like trying to borrow from social media because they know that social media is the thing right now. But
Hmm.
you know,
I love a good TV show.
TV, I just remember watching Saturday morning cartoons and all the little sitcoms, the Jeffersons, and all those old things for all you old heads. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. And see, I grew up. uh, I grew up in the 90s, so in early 2000s. I grew up in the 90s and early 2000s. So I watched TV too. TV was a thing, but technology was just starting to be creative. And it's funny because people really, but the way the technology is advanced and progressed, people really don't understand that this stuff was only 18 years old, as far as uh,
Right.
what modern day cell phones are and that kind of stuff like that. It's this stuff 18 to 20 years old. It ain't that old. So but it's all
You're
good.
right. You're right. The
Yeah.
thing I like about social media too is the interaction because you can kind of like comment and whatnot, and then just kind of give your feedback. You know, you can't really do that when you're watching TV. Just turn it off if you don't like it.
Absolutely. Okay. You have another one or do you want me to go?
uh, okay, I just came. I just
Okay.
came up with some random ones. I don't know how good it is, but I don't know if you're a sports fan, but football or basketball, and why?
Ooh. Um what do I enjoy watching more? I enjoy watching football more than I do basketball. Because there's just a lot more potential for excitement in the movement of football. However, uh, if I'm just outside being sporty, I'd prefer to play basketball. But yeah, my preference is football. My preference.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I think I agree just because the whole hype of Super Bowl. That's the only reason. Because I think I really like basketball better. Like you said, if I do want to play something, it would
Mhm.
be basketball, not football. And I don't understand none of the rules or nothing, neither one of those.
Yeah.
So I like football, basically the Super Bowl for the halftime shows, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an event. Every Sunday, it's an event. Okay. So here's my next one. Here's another music one. Boy bands or girl bands?
I got to go for boy bands.
Okay,
I
why?
mean, I just grew up on some of those boy bands, what New Kids on the Block, New Edition. They were a little bit before my time, but yeah, I
Hmm.
had crushes on them, so I gotta go for the boys.
Okay, okay. I'm with you. I'm with you on the musically. I like boy bands a lot better than girl bands, and the girl bands they just tend to seem to just run out of gas too quick.
Yeah, I don't think they get enough push behind them either.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I agree with you on that one. Okay, you got another one? Do you want me to go?
Okay, I'm gonna go with food now. I'm gonna go with sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie.
Oh, sweet potato. That's easy.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Sweet potato all the way. Tastes like I don't know what, and the fact that another thing that turns me off the pumpkin is so many people feed it to dogs. So it's like I'm
Mm,
okay.
I didn't know that.
It just reminds me of dog food. I know it don't taste like it, I'm sure, but people, I look at these TikTok videos and stuff, and a lot of people feed their dogs canned pumpkin. So it's like I'm good. I don't see them.
Oh, that's some new information for
Yeah,
me.
I don't
But
know.
I guess it's got some type of nutritional value. I guess that's why they're doing it. I assume.
I'm sure it does, but
You
nutrition
on it.
mm-mm, is my preference. Okay.
Now,
Uh,
can you bake pumpkin pie? Do you know how to bake that? Is it the
yeah,
same way you make
I know
sweet potato pie?
they're pretty much almost identical as far as the way I make it. They're pretty much almost identical. The only thing that really does make a difference, slightly, there is a taste difference because sweet potatoes are
Mhm.
a little bit sweeter. Pumpkins just naturally bitter, right? But so that's the part of the taste difference, but the texture. So
Right, it's the texture,
yeah,
really.
potatoes have their starch, so they have a little bit more grit to them,
Yeah.
and pumpkin have kind of a stringy quality to them. So it's just a
You
different, slight.
are pretty good at describing that. Yes, I agree.
Okay, all right. So let me see. This is my foodie one. Okay, so we're talking about food. Um, Appetizer or dessert?
I'm gonna have to go for the app.
Okay.
I love sweets, but I don't know. Like I like the appetizer best. Like let's say if I'm going to a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about the desserts at the restaurants. They just don't
Yeah.
appeal to me as much as maybe like a homemade dessert or something.
Right. Yeah. They don't
Go
hit.
for, huh?
I say, yeah, they don't hit quite as hard when it's homemade, or even if you buy it yourself at the store. Yeah,
Right.
reason
Right.
it quite as hard. I agree with you right there. Um,
And
and
then sometimes you just be too full to get to eat that dessert sometimes, depending on what you ate.
yeah, yeah. Okay, what's your favorite appetizer?
I probably have to say those onion fried blooming onion thing.
Blooming
I
onions.
like those.
What about dessert? What would be your favorite homemade dessert?
I'd probably say sweet potato pie.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I did some pies last year around the Thanksgiving time. I might have to send one out that way. So okay. Um, do you have one more? And we'll transition to the next game.
Yeah, let's say that for a holiday, let's say Thanksgiving or Christmas, which one you prefer?
Honestly, me personally, I prefer Thanksgiving over Christmas. Christmas is just it makes my anxiety just go all the way up. Too much going on. You got the decorations and the gifts, and it's like Thanksgiving times 10. And I just rather eat and enjoy myself and enjoy people if I choose to do that, and if I don't, that's fine too. But I just rather eat and enjoy my life. All
You
that.
said just stick to the food because for Thanksgiving, it's about this giving thanks. Let's
Mhm.
give thanks everyone. But it's about that big meal, like
Yeah, two or three times going back if that's
right.
I would
Some
say.
leftovers.
Yeah, finding new ways to bring it over. And then you kind of just rush right into the Christmas spirit anyway. But
Yeah.
with
Because by
that being
the time
said,
I get to Christmas, I feel like we already had that big Thanksgiving.
yeah,
I be wanting to switch it up for Christmas. I don't even want the same food.
right, right. So yeah, that's me. Okay, guys. So that was our first game. Now we're gonna attempt this second game. We might fail, but take some practice. But again, just something to help you get to know one another at the table. Like I said, get your wife, get your kids, pull them together, and play this or that, and allow everybody to just kind of toggle around and come up with their this or that. And really, you get into it. As you can see, we didn't just say this or that. Answer the question. They say why, and then we keep it moving. No, there were some questions, follow up questions, thought provoking questions, so it keeps the conversation going, and that's the objective, right? So this next game is called the ABC game, okay? Now, the ABC game is a little bit harder, and I think the kids could play it too. You just have to be patient, but it is a little bit harder. The ABC game is basically we're going to have a conversation, and within that conversation, every word has to start with the next letter of the alphabet. So, for instance, we're going to start with A because it's easy. Probably only going to attempt this once, but you go from A to Z, and every word spoken after the next person stops speaking has to start with the next letter of the alphabet. So, if I'm starting, I'm going to say something to the effect of, um, "Are you okay today?" And then Irene would say something with where her next word has to start with a B, and mine has to start with a C, and so on and so forth until we get through the letter.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
Yeah, so it's fun though. It's interesting. It's fun. It's exciting. So let's try it. Let's see how far we can get. I'm gonna give us three chances, and then we're gonna move on into the end portions of our show. But again, we're just showing you a few things that you can do at your kitchen table, something fun and something safe that ignites conversation and really embodies togetherness. So I'm gonna start, or would you like to start?
Okay, I think I got something.
Okay, you want to start? Okay. And oh,
Animals
let me say,
animals are beautiful.
oh, hold
What
on.
type of animals do you like?
Let me say this before you
Oh, sorry.
get started. No, you good. The conversation has to make some kind of sense. So it can't be random sentences. It has to be a conversation. It has to make some type of sense. So
I think I made sense when I say animals are
no, you're
beautiful.
good. You're
Okay.
starting the conversation. So whatever you say, I got to piggyback off of that. All right. So go ahead and say your statement again.
Animals are beautiful. What type of animals do you like?
Barracudas are my favorite, but how about you?
Cats are crazy.
Don't you?
Go ahead.
I said, don't you think?
Evidently, I do believe that. Evidently, I do believe they're crazy. Yes.
Funny that you would say that because I hate cats.
Good. Well, I don't like you anymore because I love cats.
Um, how dare you say something like that to me?
I'm just expressing myself.
Just because you want to express yourself doesn't mean you should hate me.
Oh, this is. Keep on talking like that, and I'm about to stop this game.
Leave me alone. It's fine.
Man, why you gotta be like this? Seriously?
Now you're pushing my luck here. You're pushing your luck.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. Come on, let's keep going.
Personally, I guess I can agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stuck at Q. I'm stuck at Q, man. What starts with Q that makes sense?
Quit or quiet.
Quickly, let's get done with this then.
Remember, we only have a few more letters to go.
Stop. I just want to stop right now.
Take a breather. It'll be over soon.
Mm.
Ooh.
All right.
It's a good one. I got it, but I ain't gonna tell you though.
I could just say right.
Yeah, you can't.
Unbelievable. That's it.
Very true. It is hard to believe.
Well, you are right on that. So we're getting close to the end.
Xylophones happen to be my favorite instrument. Did we ever talk about that?
You are pretty good with just pulling these words out. I commend you.
Zimbabwe is another word that I'm sorry. Zimbabwe is another place that I would actually visit too. Have we talked about places? Okay. All right, we got through it.
Yeah, we did it.
We got through it on our first try. We had a few stumbles, but that's all
Yeah,
right.
it was a little painful for me.
Yeah, and see, that's the cool thing too is that when you play a game, you can play it at home, you play it at your party, next gathering, next get together, right? And you don't
Yes.
start at A. You can start at any letter of the alphabet, and that's what makes it even harder, even more complex. So
I had fun. Like, I'm glad I started with A because you had the hardest ones, the Z and the X.
yeah, it gets
I
hard.
didn't plan that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna talk about my quote because we always have a quote here, and this quote changed my life. It says, "We are worth so much more together than we can ever be apart." What are your thoughts there, Miss Irene?
Yes. Then we talked about that earlier, like community, like
Mhm.
that's what just our world is based on. So we definitely need each other. You could try to go out on your own, and do things, but you're gonna need somebody. Basically,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, we need everybody's skill set. We need everybody's heart, everybody's eyes, everybody's mind, in all different type of scenarios and situations. So yeah, we need each other. It's kind of been hard during the pandemic.
yeah,
Just not being able to be together as much, and we could feel it. Our society, our community felt it.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
definitely, it's better to be together than solo. Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this quote kind of speaks to me in regards when I read it, when I look at it, when I read it, I immediately thought about a puzzle, right?
Mm.
And the puzzle always comes in pieces, and the picture is always on display. But the pieces have to come together in order for the picture to work, right? And so I think about the fact that we're all individual puzzle pieces, and we all are connected one to another in one way or another. And so, Irene, you're actually a puzzle piece. I'm a puzzle piece. Everyone listening is an individual puzzle piece, right? And as we come together as a society, as a world, as a unity, as a human race, right? When we come together, we create a picture that's always on display. The picture has always been there, but it's hard to bring the picture together when the puzzles don't line up, right? So that's one thing we have to link together one to another. That doesn't mean that we're all going to be in the same space at the same time, but the piece that connects to your puzzle, right? That has to connect to your puzzle, and then you connect to somebody else, and so y'all have a piece, but I'm still connected to you, and that person is connecting to. So you see how you can reach a unit or a circumference, and then that only expands and it creates a bigger picture. And so that's the meaning, and as far as what I got from it, this the fact that we are so worth so much more together than we are apart. Every little piece of the puzzle by itself does not mean anything, but when the puzzle comes together, we can put the picture on display. The picture is there. So, with that in mind, we have come to our takeaway portion of the show. I've had so much fun, very lighthearted. Like I said, you've been kind of, and it's helped. I'm grateful to hear from everyone that I hear from about what's helping. But we've been talking about some heavy loaded stuff this season, all season long. So I wanted to end on a light note. We're going to take a break, and we will reconvene in the summer months. So I'm hoping or thinking around the May June mark is when we'll probably start to release season 3, and I'm very excited about that. But let's talk about our takeaways. So do you have a takeaway for the people, Miss Irene?
My takeaway is just like you were saying about sitting at that table, reconnecting with each other, enjoying each other's company. It doesn't always again have to be so deep and heavy,
Mm-hmm.
but if it goes there, that's good too because it at times it needs to go there.
Right.
Yeah, let's just get back to the table again with each other and really take the time to spend that time together
Yeah.
and to know each other, appreciate each other, and that's what we need to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. I 100% agree. My takeaway, of course, this week is a challenge that just kind of embodies what you've already said. Commit starting. If you don't sit at the table at all as a family or even as a couple, because like I say, if you're a couple without kids, it's still necessary. Um, if you never do it and you don't do it at all, and again, we're not saying that you don't eat together. Y'all may eat in the living room together. Y'all may eat together in the bedroom, or y'all may go out to eat together. But sitting at your own kitchen table, which most apartments and places, they don't even put dining rooms in it or dining areas in their floor plans anymore. It's just kind of
Mhm.
a bar now. But regardless, whatever you got, use it, right? Get to
Mhm.
the table, commit to once a week getting to the table and doing something like this. The purpose is to understand that the kitchen table is literal safety. The kitchen table is literally designed to be a safe haven for you to talk about your feelings, your emotions, your traumas, your issues, and it's also to be a safe place for you to have fun, for you to sanctify some quality time together over a meal that nourishes you. The kitchen table is really designed to be a nucleus for all things good and positive and loving. Even the things that are hard, even the things that don't feel good, but they work out for your good, right? That's where those discussions are best had, is at the kitchen table. And so I'm beckoning and pleading with everybody. If you can commit to once a week getting to the kitchen table with the kids, with the family, whatever, and just having a little fun or having a little real talk, whichever is necessary, I guarantee you, if you can do that for 3 months, you're going to see a change in your household, a change
Mm.
in your children, a change in your wife, a change in whatever. You're going to see a true change in your household. I'm challenging you. By the time we come back to this for the summer, I want to hear the reports, because I guarantee you some good things are going to come from the safety of the kitchen table. So that's been this episode. Did you have anything else before you give your salutations?
I just want to say amen. And I enjoyed being on with you. And you just have so much wisdom in you and jewels and things we could take back with us. So, even though we were just having fun, we still got a lot out of it besides just having fun. Because some just having fun, it can be enough. I mean, but you gave us a lot more as well. So that's cool. I enjoyed it.
Always intentional on being a blessing, and so I hope that I just hope and pray that that's always the execution. The goal is always, the intent is always to be a blessing, and I hope that you all have to have a heart to receive that and be practical in it and applicate it, and it becomes the blessing that it sets out to be. So, with that in mind, DJ Reen, tell them where they can find you. Give them your social media handles, all of your website. Tell them about your local channels, everything like that. Give them your information and any goodbyes that you have.
Okay, DJ Reen. DJ Reen and the host. Like,
Yeah.
you guys can check us out on CBiz TV Media. That's on Instagram. Also CBiz Media Online. That's on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You can hit us up on our website at cbiztvonline.com, YouTube at CBiz TV Media, and we'll connect you with all the cool stuff we're doing, even with LICMC Radio. So definitely hit us up. Those are our spaces. You can check us out at any time. We always got something going.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure as always, DJ Reen. I appreciate you. And again, guys, go check out her content. Like I say, it's always positive. It's always refreshing, and it's just good to have a positive note, even in the midst of all of the news, because they report the news. They tell you the tea. They give it all to you, but it always ends on a positive note. So I bless God for that and for your vision. And as I tell you guys at the end of every podcast, go and be great because you can. Remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And for the next couple of months, I'm going to be taking a much needed break. I've been through, so much in the last couple of months and from September all the way till now. But, no matter what, God gives me a heart for the people, and you all are the people. So I'm stamping this group of listeners, this group of followers, the Wise Crew, and I'm going to be engaging with you all. I hope you guys are continuing to answer the polls that I set out at the in each episode. Engage with the new Instagram TCK table underscore no TCK underscore table podcast. And just continue to interact with me. I really want to be the biggest blessing to you I can. And the only way I can do that is if you tell me what you need. And also, if you want to be a guest for next season, for season 3, So excited. You guys continue to reach out, email us, DM us, however you need to do that. If you have a story to tell, remember this platform is not just my platform, it's your platform. So I appreciate y'all. And again, go and be great. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful rest of spring, and we'll be back in the summer. Love you all. Y'all be great.